Hello everybody and welcome back to a new video. Today I'm giving you a late Black Widow review because you know what? We got the movie a year later, so might as well just post the review late as well. In all seriousness though, I was just extremely busy. I figured that the movie theaters opened up a week after Black Widow came out on Disney Plus. I thought, fuck that, I ain't gonna pay to watch the movie on a small screen. I was hearing positive things about it, so I just wanted to be surrounded by it in the theater. So I decided to wait a week and a half, and let me tell you, I fucking love the movie. It might be honestly one of my favorite Marvel movies at the moment. Granted, I need to watch it again just to see I'm not overhyping it possibly, but I do know that there have been mixed reviews, but we'll get to that later. I will say this definitely is going to be one of my favorite solo Marvel films. I do want to apologize if this review is all over the place. If you can't tell by this double cotton bad boy, I got my second dose of the COVID-19 vaccine in Canada, so I might be all over the place, but granted, I'm normally like that in these reviews. Now, I just want to talk about some of the things that I noted, and the first one is my sense of humor is broken. I just found it so funny when Natasha first fought Taskmaster. When the Taskmaster ended up kicking her off the bridge, I thought it was so funny how she got flung out into the water. Yay, you survived, but also, if you don't know what I'm talking about, just go back to the movie and just see how goofy it looks. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I fucking love that. They need to do a rewind back type of situation, because it was funny. And I was hearing different things about the opening that was really dark, and people fucking loved it. I do have a complaint about the overall film being dark, but I'll talk about that later as well. I did like how they showed us in their normal lives, and I was a little bit confused, wait, aren't they Russian? Why do the mom and dad have English accents? But you can change your voice, and that whole sequence was badass. Them going from the house to where the plane was, to David Harbour's Red Guardian character, shooting them and holding on to the plane wing. I loved it, but I will say I didn't love the intro until they ended up having that amazing cover of Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana. I'm curious if they just chose the song because maybe the name of it, since the lyrics literally mean nothing. They're just random words, but it sounded cool as fuck. And having those scenes of them training in the Red Room and all around the world, infiltration, the Soviet spies, Russian spies, that type of stuff, if that wasn't in the intro, it wouldn't have been as badass because I loved it. It was great. I do want to also give a little shout out to, I don't recall the character or the actor's name. If anyone has watched The Handmaid's Tale, that is June's husband, but the guy that was Natasha's number one man, helping her get stuff. Great job. I don't know if that's actually his normal voice, and if so, I thought you were American. Nice. Now, I just want to take a moment to talk about Florence Pugh, because she is a phenomenal actress. If you haven't seen her, granted, it's not a huge array of her filmography list, but she was just amazing in Midsommar. That movie alone just shows you the range that the actress can do. Fighting with My Family, I know she was in Little Women, but I never watched it. And she is definitely one of the highlights of the film. She was great. Her acting was amazing. Her character's jokes were hilarious. And I love the fact that there weren't really all these, like, kid-friendly, like, family-friendly type of jokes. They didn't go overboard on the jokes, which is one complaint that I do have about the MCU. And as well, it was never necessarily bad timing for the joke. Like, they didn't do it out of nowhere where it wouldn't fit. And I just love the, like, oh, why do you do that with your hair? Why do you, like... And apparently that was added in while they were filming that scene, which, the more you know, the more you love it. There's not too much else to point out because I don't recall, like, any specific thing, really. I love the dynamic between David Harbour, Rachel Weisz, like, the OG from the Mummy. Are you kidding me? Like, yes. We have Florence Pugh, and obviously Scarlett Johansson. I did get a little bit sad and annoyed throughout the movie because I was like, they could have fucking killed Hawkeye. Like, especially with how much lamer they've made the Hawkeye in the MCU versus in, like, the comics and stuff. I don't know, it's just, it doesn't feel right to me, but their whole dynamic was definitely a plus. I will say, if you have, I don't know if it would entirely relate to all European parents or more just like Eastern European parents. It was a little bit of a tough watch at times because my parents, they're from former Yugoslavia, so I was just like, oh god, this typical European fucked up family dynamic, and I got so annoyed when the Red Guardian was with Florence Pugh when there's the whole breakdown, which was really sad, of like, oh, everything was fake, like, we're just faking being a family. So it's like, it's not fake to me. That was really sad, but when he started singing, like, her favorite song as a kid, that's manipulation. That's a red flag. If you don't know what it looks like, that's definitely a big one. That's a big European thing. I do remember, actually, the whole jail scene. I did like the whole jail breakout. That was great. The white Black Widow suits, they look amazing. And the fact that the vest that Yelena, but they called her Elena, is wearing is actually what Black Widow has in Infinity War. We love this consistency, you know? We love this continuity, even though you wouldn't really call it continuity if it was something in the past and they just took it from the movie. But for the complaints, this movie was not that dark. Like, people were saying that it was really dark. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I've just watched a bunch of dark films, but I left the theater being like, what was so dark about it? Like, was it the mind control? I mean, like, that's not the best, but granted, they didn't make it seem like... It's hard to say. It just didn't really have that feeling. It was still a great movie, but I don't get what people were trying to say about it. I also will say, when Elena was talking about the vest, like, I thought that was gonna be, like, an important plot point later in the movie because they do that a lot of the times. No, I was wrong. Was very, very wrong about that. There's not much else I really want to talk about because the acting, great. The cinematography, it's not bad. The plot, amazing. And the fight scenes, now those were really badass, especially with like the Black Widow agents, or I guess Black Widows, and with the Taskmaster. And honestly, it wasn't too much of a surprise that the dad ended up doing that to the daughter, but maybe that's what people mean when they say that it's dark. But like, have you not seen Infinity War? Thanos literally wiped out half the universe. So please, if someone knows what people mean by that, leave a comment down below, because I have no clue. I also want to say, if people haven't seen Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they're gonna have no idea who the fuck Valentina is. And I'm so happy to see, I can't say the actress's name, but I love her. I've seen her in Veep and Seinfeld and other shows and movies, but just seeing her go up to Florence Pugh, oh. I am so ready for Elena to beat the fuck out of Clint, because I know, I guess, spoiler alert, if you don't want to hear a spoiler, just avoid it. She was spotted on the set of Hawkeye, so that means that she's going to have a brief interaction in the show, and I wonder if it's going to be like a whole Punisher, my phone go pop fell down, Punisher type of situation in Daredevil, where he was like brought in and then he ended up getting his own show, because I love her character. I just wish we could see more of her and Natasha together. Oh, plus we finally found out what, not Budapest, Pest. I need Natasha to teach me how to say it. We found out what that whole thing was, and that was, I'll say that was a little bit dark. But overall, great movie. If you have not seen it, go check it out, because this is Marvel's, finally, like, Black Widow movie. My brain was about to say first female blood movie, but I forgot about Captain Marvel. Let's just pretend that it is, though, because Captain Marvel I don't mind. It's not a bad movie. People definitely hate it a bit too much, but Black Widow, oh, I love it. I'm gonna go watch it right now. Just go to the theaters immediately. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a huge thumbs up. Subscribe to button below. Comment if Black Widow, you have seen it. If you've enjoyed it. If you loved the characters. And if not, that's okay, because I'll see you next time.